All right, and Ashtanga Express, you'll have 2 blocks for the practice. We'll have a chance to go through 5 sun A's, 5 sun B's, and hold the poses for 5 breaths. So 2.5 rounds of breathing. And we'll start today standing forward fold at the top of your mat. As you hold this pose, take your feet a little wider. Let your skull drop heavy. Shake it, yes. Change your mind, shake it, no. And then with the knees bent, slowly, chin tucked in, inhale, round up to standing. Chin will come away from the chest, arms reach overhead. As you exhale, grab opposite elbows. You can step the feet a little closer if you'd like, or even together if you prefer. Breathe in as you bend over to your right. Breathe out as you come through center. Breathe in as you bend to your left. And breathe out as you come through center. Switch arms on top or forward. Grab opposite elbows. Inhale. Press elbows into hands, hands into elbows. Knit your ribs in, and then use the exhale this time to bend. Inhale through center. And exhale to your left. Inhale through center. We're going to reach up, hook our thumbs. Back bend a little. Hip points forward. Look up. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, that swan dive, that forward fold. Heart leading the way down, tucking the chin in at the end. Inhale for length, look forward, halfway, long legs, long spine. And then exhale, look for your belly button as you fold it. Finding those 2 fist distance stance, and then hooking the thumbs. Inhale as you come up, stand up tall, maybe a back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, let's reach up, sweep the arms up, grab your left wrist. With the right hand, exhale, bend to your right. Inhale through center, grab that right wrist. Exhale, side bend to your left. Inhale through center, hook your thumbs, find your opposite thumb in front and back bend. Exhale, bow forward, bring it down. Straightening the legs at the bottom to stretch the hamstrings. Inhale for a length, look forward. And as you exhale, let's take it to our first plank. Press the ground away with the hands. Inhale. Exhale, let's lower all the way down. Cobra as you breathe in. And exhale, downward facing dog. So I like a good bent knee down dog. So pose focus this week. Considering the balance, the harmonious effort of creating this upside down V, how much the legs have to work, how much the arms have to work, how much the back of the legs have to work, the back of the torso in this case. So take a deep breath in, hold the pose, take the feet out as wide as your mat, breathe out as you press your chest back, really elongate the spine. And then walk your feet back to normal distance. Inhale, look forward, come onto your toes. Exhale, work your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, round up to standing. And exhale, let's bring the hands to our heart. We're going to start our first sun salutation A. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, look forward and fold forward. Inhale for length, keeping the gaze forward, come up halfway. Exhale to plank. Take a breath in and plank. Lower to your stomachs, maybe take knees, chest, chin, or just hold plank pose. The inhale can bring you to up dog or cobra, your choice. Toes can be tucked or untucked. Look up with the eyeballs. And then exhale that bent knee down dog, so you can really lift up the hips. Let's take 2 breaths holding. In long. Out long. Inhale onto your toes, look forward. Exhale, work those feet to the top. Inhale for length. And then exhale, fold and really look for your belly button to help you find this pose. Inhale to stand up tall, reach up. And exhale, hands together over the heart. That's round 1. Inhale, we reach and extend. Round 2, here we go. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in for length, looking forward. Exhale, plank to Chaturanga Dandasana if you'd like. Hovering. Tops of the feet if you'd like for up dog, thigh bones lift up, exhale, down dog. 3 breaths here. So we hold for an inhale, we hold for the exhale. When we start to use that next inhale to work us, prepping us onto the toes so we can exhale, move to the top. Inhale to find length, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stand up tall, upward reaching. Exhale, hands to your heart. So we'll take 3 more of those, moving on your own. Think of inhales to extend this, maybe back bending at the top. Exhale to really fold in and soften into the ground. Finding your length. Face, I really encourage you to look forward. Where your gaze lands will influence your shape. Notice where you look, where your eyes go, where your mind goes as you work your way. You'll hold down dog for those 3 breaths, using the inhale to transition onto the toes and the exhale to work the feet to the top. Yeah, that's it. Inhale, halfway up and exhale in. Inhale, stand up tall. Exhale, hands to your heart. 2 more rounds, just like that. Breathe in, reach up. And exhale, fold. Inhale for length. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. The inhale will take you to your toes. Exhale, the feet work to the top. That's it. Inhale, come up halfway for length. And exhale, back in. You've got this. Inhale to stand up tall. Exhale, hands to your heart. Last round on your own, breathing and moving as you feel right. Take things out. There's no have-tos or must-dos. As we talk about Shani, the name for the planet Saturn, also a deity, a god in the culture. It teaches us the idea of slowing down to speed up. What's slowing down look like? So for us, that might be, slowing our heart rate down so we can reconnect, reunite in this practice. It's not all effort, it's not all ease. You've got this. Nicely done. And then Surya B, first pose, chair pose. Inhale, bend the knees, drop your hips back. As you exhale, you're gonna forward fold. It's kind of the same thing. Inhale for length, look forward. Exhale, plank, maybe Chaturanga. You can always hold up dog. Down dog, I want you to look forward with those knees bent up with the hips and then set the right foot to the top. First, warrior 1. Let's inhale, come on up. And just check in with your warrior 1. Your left heel's grounded. Your right knee's on top of the ankle. Your hips are side by side, facing the short edge, the top of your mat. Let's exhale, bring those hands down. Step the right foot back. Take a deep breath in. Shift forward for up dog if you'd like, or hold. Exhale. Bent knee down dog, looking forward, step the left foot to the top, ground the right heel down. And then you'll reach the arms up, inhale. Yeah. Arms side by side. biceps by your ears, maybe looking up, reaching the left knee forward. Exhale, let's bring the hands down, step into plank, take a deep breath in. And then exhale, this first time, let's just go to down dog. You'll hold for 5 breaths. So 2.5 rounds in downward facing dog. Okay, this is a heat building practice. Really takes a lot of that effort and movement. So where you need to slow down so you can sustain to speed up, to keep the practice your own, you'll do that. Take a long exhale. And then your inhale will bring you to your toes. You'll look to the top of your mat. Exhale, work your feet forward all the way to the top. You might measure out those 2 fist distance. Inhale for length, come up halfway. Exhale, fold in. And then inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand up tall and slide your hands to your heart center. That's round 1. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, come up halfway. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step your right foot forward, plant the left heel. Breathe in, arms reach up, warrior 1, look up. Exhale, hands down, step it back. Maybe you add that chaturanga. Up dog, looking forward as you come to down dog, left foot to the top. Breathe in, warrior 1. And then breathe out, step that left foot back, maybe lower, maybe leave all of that out. And find your down dog. 5 breaths. 2 full cycles to hold. Just maybe take your feet wide. Maybe you come down to hero's pose. Know that there's a ton of options. You can take rest for a few rounds if that's what you need today. Your inhale will bring you to your toes, and your exhale, work your feet to the top. Good, by length on the inhale, come up halfway. That's it, nice, exhale, fold in. Inhale, chair pose. Really let your hips drop back. And the exhale is to shoot us up to standing, and then slide our hands to heart center there at the end. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Breathe in, up dog. Exhale, down dog, right foot to the top, coming up. Breathe in, warrior 1. Exhale, down, plank, chaturanga, down dog. Left foot to the top. Warrior 1. Breathing. We exhale to bring us down. No have to today, remember, no must use. Down dog, 5 breaths. Nicely done. This is round 3, so we'll wrap it up together. And then you'll have 2 more cycles on your own, or if you're already flowing, that's it. On your own, you're ready to go for it. Inhale to your toes, exhale, feet to the top. Come up halfway for that inhale, so we really want to take time to find length before we settle in and then drop in the chair. And exhale, you'll stand up tall, that's it. Nice, Tori, way to go, Leslie. Hands to heart center, and then right in the chair again, and fold, yes. Halfway up, and plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog, right foot to the top. So there's a lot to do. You move with your breath. Take that warrior 1 on the right, and it could be a crescent lunge instead, right? You don't have to ground that back heel. You can take that back just straight to down dog, and then step that left foot to the top. Take a crescent warrior again on the left side. Step to down dog and hold, and you can just make this your own. Figure out what you need to do, especially in this practice, though it's structured and it's that's something we can lean into. We can tweak that for ourselves. When your feet get to the top of the mat, just add that chair in before you stand up tall. And then you'll have, 1 more round on your own. And maybe that whole time, the next 15 breaths or so, you just take child's pose. Keep your breath there for yourself. Add it a little length if you need more room, yeah, to get to that inhale. Beautiful. Take your time, those exhales. Yoga asks us to slow down, really arrive where we are, to see ourselves, so that where we go from there, the idea of speed up, not necessarily faster, but with more potency and power. Once you find yourself at the top of your mat for your last, after your last sun B, just step the feet a little wider. And let's just find that hang again this time. I know we normally like come to standing, but take your feet wide and go into a fold and just let yourself hang out. Grab opposite elbows, or, let your skull drop. Yes, that's it. Take a deep breath in, fill the back of your lungs. A full breath out. You can inhale. Exhale. One more deep breath in. And allowing yourself to kind of sigh it out, let it go. You'll walk your feet together, round up to standing as you inhale. Good. If you've got your blocks, I'm going to suggest take one to the back end of your mat, and one to the front end of your mat. I like them behind me because we always transition the same in this series. So let's take our feet, if they're together, you're gonna hop them a little further apart, find a slightly wider stance than normal. Hands to the hips. Inhale, press your feet down, lift your heart up, your hip points slightly forward. As you exhale, bend your knees as you forward fold. Bring your fingers down to the ground, reach for your index or your big toes with your index and middle finger. Belly and thighs connected, inhale, big tailbone back, heart forward. And then as you exhale, fold in, let your elbows reach apart and let your skull drop low. You'll straighten your legs to your degree, breathing in, breathing out. We'll hold another cycle of breath. In, out. Then you'll inhale, lengthen the spine, release the bind. As you exhale, slide your hands underneath your feet. Really keep those knees bent. So palms are up, walking your toes as close to your wrist line as possible. Once again, inhale, heart forward, think of half lift, extension in the spine. And then exhale, fold in, elbows bent out to the sides again. And then you'll straighten your legs to your degree. You might rock back and forth. We hold this for 5 breaths. Long inhale, really take it into the back of your lungs, the base of your skull. Slow this moment down. Exhale, take your time with all that breath. And then once again, inhale, you'll start to look forward, lengthen the spine. Sliding the hands out from under you, you'll exhale. Hands to your hips, and then inhale, stand up tall. Exhale, closing the pose, hands and feet meet. Notice where your gaze lands, starting to lift it slightly. We're gonna inhale, lift that right leg up, okay? You can pivot on your heel or step that right foot back, then pivot so your feet face the long edge of your mat. Yeah, reach your arms out to a T. Our first pose is extended triangle pose. Right toes turn to the back of your mat to the short edge, left toes stay to the long edge. And then inhale, reach the arms, that right arm forward, maybe grab that block and place it behind the right heel. As you exhale, reach the left arm up. And then press that hand into the block so you can open a bit more. Your left thigh bone's in internal rotation, so it's coming slightly forward. And your right thigh bone's externally rotating, it's tucking under you. So there's 2 things happening at once. The dynamics in the hips, you might feel that in different places. You might feel it all over your legs, your arms. Take one more exhale here. Then you'll look down to your right foot, breathe in. Start to bend the right knee as you breathe out. Stand up tall, come through center. Turn your right toes to the long edge of your mat. Turn your left toes to the short edge of your mat as you breathe in. Exhale, reach with that left hand and then grab that other block if you have it. Place it behind the left heel if you'd like. Inhale into the pose. We'll hold 5 breaths. Left hip, external rotation. That right hip is coming forward slightly. And your belly's open to the long edge of your mat. Right arm up to the ceiling, looking past it. Breathe in, press down with the left hand, reach up with the right. Breathe out. Looking down to that left foot, you'll breathe in, bend the left knee slightly, breathe out as you come up through center. Turn the left toes. Inhale. Let's bring our hands to our heart center. You're gonna start to turn to the back of your mat as you exhale. I bring my feet a little closer together. And then when you turn to the back of your mat, take them a little further apart. So right foot slightly more to the right, left foot just a bit more to the left, and slightly turned out. For a twisted triangle, you can bring that block inside the right foot. Left arm reaches up, inhale. Left hip forward, right hip back. Exhale, reach forward and down. Right hand can come to your sacrum, elbow up to the ceiling, and even extending that right arm. Inhale. Same thing here, right hip pulling back. Exhale, left hip drawing forward. Right leg still trying to find that external rotation. Left leg's trying to find internal rotation. Breathe in. Looking down, breathe out. Bend that right knee slightly. Inhale, come on up through center. And as you exhale, start to pivot towards the left foot, towards the top edge of your mat. Left foot slightly more to the left, right foot to the right. Right arm reaches up, inhale, by length, left hip drawing back. Exhale, reach forward and down, getting that block maybe inside the foot. Left palm to your low back. And then a chance even to reach the left arm up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Looking down to your left foot. Inhale, bend the knee, come on up. Wide stance through the middle of your mat. Palms turn up. Pivot the left toes as you exhale. Both hands and feet meet at the top of your mat. Nice. Okay. Same little transition. Extended side angles are next pose. So right leg lifts up. Inhale. Step it way back behind you. Right toes turn to the short edge, left toes to the long edge. As you exhale, bend that right knee, bringing forearm to thigh, and then left bicep by here. You can even bring that right hand to the block inside the right foot. But wherever your arm and your leg are in contact here, keep breathing. Press them into each other. Let's take this exhale here, squeezing the glutes to help open the hips, look down. And then come on up as you inhale, straighten that right leg. Palms turn up through the middle. Exhale, turn the left toes, bend the left knee, bending into extended side angle. Inhale, right bicep by your ear. Good, long from right foot to right fingers. Breathe out. Breathe in. You can even look to that right palm. Imagine your left ribs coming forward and up. Breathe out. Look down to your left foot. Come on up. Inhale, straighten the left leg, come through center. Okay, palms come together. We're going to take twisted side angle pose. So it's a prayer twist lunge. You're going to twist to the back of your mat. Left heel comes up, breathing in. As you exhale, hook left elbow outside of that right thigh. And in some variations of this, the back foot's down, but that's a lot of mobility for our hip flexors. So I always suggest bring that heel up. Look past that right elbow. Breathe in, chin away from sternum, sternum away from hips. Finding length. Good. Exhale here. And then looking down to your right foot. You'll breathe in, come on up through that wide stance. Arms can reach apart. Exhale, hands to heart center as you begin to take the twist to the top of your mat with the left knee reaching on top of the ankle. Right heel can be lifted and hooking on the exhale right elbow to left thigh. Breathing in for length, looking past the left elbow, breathing out. Really lift that right thigh bone. One more round to hold the pose. Activate the glutes, stay strong in the legs, arm into leg, leg into arm. Looking down, inhale. Come on up, wide stance. Palms turn up. Yeah. Exhale, hands and feet meet, top of the mat. And then nice little rest break here. Inhale, reach that right leg up, lift the gaze. Exhale, step your right foot way back behind you. Good, all 10 toes to the long edge. Feet can be parallel, or you can start to turn your toes in a little bit, heels out. Let's bring our hands to our hips. Once again, hip point slightly forward, lift your heart, lift your gaze. As you exhale, bend the knees a little. Try to press your thigh bones back as you fold, hinging at the waist. Yeah, so lovely. Hands will come down to the ground. Maybe fingertips in line with the toes or the heels of the hand in line with the heels of the feet, but use the ground beneath you. If you can't get your hands to the ground, totally normal. You can bring your hands to blocks even and use them as leverage to draw yourself in. So, woo, nice breath out. Breath in. Let's find length on your inhale. Walk your hands forward. Look forward. Exhale, hands to your hips. Stand up tall. Okay, palms will meet behind the low back. Interlace your fingers and extend the arms. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold forward. Heart leads the way. Thigh bones press back. Arms reaching overhead. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more round. And then hands can come down to the ground. Inhale, find length. Look forward. As you exhale, you're going to reach your index finger and middle fingers for your big toes again. So you might have to bend the knees a lot. You might have to walk your feet a little closer. Taking the bind here. Inhale, think sternum forward, gaze forward, butt back. Nice, that's it. Exhale, fold in, elbows reach towards the short edges of your mat this time as your skull drops low in your forward fold. Even this practice, right, gives you like these moments to slow down so we can speed up to really make use of our ground. We're going 100% all the time in our practice. We'll deplete ourselves physically, mentally, energetically. So we're gonna harmonize it, balance it so it can sustain, it can evolve. Let's let the hands come down to the ground on your exhale. Inhale for length, hands to your hips and stand up tall as you exhale. Good, reach the arms apart, palms up, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, hands and feet meet at the top of your mat. This time, hands can come to your hips, look forward, and then slightly up as you breathe in, lift that right leg, and step it about halfway back behind you as you exhale. So shorten the stance. We're gonna work to pyramid pose to your right foot first. Same thing here, I like to think right foot more to the right, so you're gonna face the back of your mat, left foot slightly more to the left. Hands will come behind your back for opposite elbows or reverse Anjali Mudra, reverse prayer, where the palms meet behind the heart. Press the feet down, right hip slightly back, left hip forward. I always like to turn the left foot out at a 45 degree for this, okay? So that the toes point more towards the corner of the room or the mat. And the right toes point to the short edge. Use the exhale to fold, sternum reaching forward, breathe in. And then exhale to tuck the chin in. Try not to lock your legs out. Activate your right glute, your quadriceps with a micro bend in that right knee. Yeah, nicely done. And then looking slightly forward, bend that right knee as you inhale, come on up. Exhale, starting to turn on your mat. I just switch opposite forearm on top or elbow, grabbing it in the non-dominant class. You'll walk that left foot slightly to the left as you face the short edge. Pivot that right heel so the toes turn out slightly. Inhale for a length, left hip pulling back, heart lifts. Exhale, fold forward. Really let the heart lead the way, then tuck the chin in on your next exhale. Once again, never blocking out. We don't want to stop that, block that flow of blood and energy. We want to keep it moving. The bends protect us. They bring effort into muscle categories maybe we don't think. We don't lean too hard into overextending. Your right heel is your anchor. It's propelling that right hip forward. Then looking down as you exhale, inhale, bend that left knee slightly coming up. As you breathe out, face the long edge of your mat, reach those arms apart. Last time, inhale, heart opens. Exhale, hands and feet meet, top of the mat. Okay, everyone's favorite part here, standing balance. I suggest too, if you already know balance is challenging, you might move to a wall just so you can plant one hand on it, or if you have like a chair or a table, you can use what's around you to work that. Left foot will stay planted, lift your gaze, and I want you to focus your gaze slightly higher than eye level. You're gonna lift that right knee. You have the choice to keep the right hand on the knee or start to reach for your right toes with your index and middle finger. Keep the spine long as you inhale, maybe straighten that right leg. Less straight leg and forward fold, more straight long spine and a bent knee, okay? So I would rather you have your knee bent than work so hard to extend it that you start to hinge, take your spine out of neutral. Left arm will reach up, inhale. As you exhale, take that right leg to the right, left arm to the left, and this could be, again, a bent knee. Woo. You may fall out. You'll just climb back in. You might take a different pose when you come back up. It doesn't really have to be the same. Think about your left glute, your left foot from big toe mount to outer edge of the heel, pinky toe mount to the inner edge of the heel. Your inhale is going to bring that right leg through center. You're going to work your head towards your right knee. So bent or straight leg doesn't matter. We're standing in a one-legged balance forward fold. Fire up your right glute, your left ankle might be talking to you. The muscles around that left leg. You're doing so good. Be patient with it. One more exhale. Woo. You're going to keep that right leg afloat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, pull that right hip back slightly. Inhale, lift the gaze, lift that right leg. Exhale here, fire up the navel, the right glute, the left foot. Inhale, lift that right leg, one breath higher. Exhale, set it down, holy smokes, and shake it out. Way to go. Nicely done. And then we'll just take this on the other side. So you might change which direction you're on the wall, okay? And gaze eye level, then slightly higher, you'll lift the left knee. You can keep the hand on the knee or bring the thumb and your peace fingers, as we call them, right, to your toe and extend. We're holding here. There's 5 rounds. And in this case, when we open up to the side, left leg to the left, right arm to the right, the exhale will bring us there. Breathe in, lift the gaze slightly. Notice if it starts to fall. We fall down, take note of where your gaze lands, where your focus, your attention goes. Really slow yourself down, find that breath. Notice you're holding. And on the inhale, you'll bring that left leg through center, using the exhale to work to a standing balancing fold. Breathe in and out. In. Again, find big toe mount to outer edge of the heel, the right foot, out. And then the inhale, left leg stays afloat, arms reach up. Exhale, draw that left hip back. Breathe in, lift the leg higher, lift the gaze. Exhale here, stay strong. Inhale, one breath higher, and then exhale, set it down. Nicely done, shake it out. You did great. Okay. We're gonna take one quick little flow just to get the joints moving again. Inhale, reach up, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to find length, look forward. Exhale, maybe a plank to chaturanga or straight to down dog. You can add that up dog in or cobra. Down dog, you're gonna just come to the pose, look to your hands, breathe in, and then exhale, step or hop the feet to the top. Find your 2 fist distance here. Inhale, drop into your chair, and now we're gonna hold. Good, 5 breaths. So exhale, try to soften your hip flexors, see if your thigh bones will drop in space. Breathe in, expand the collarbone, reach your shoulder heads apart. Exhale, feel your ribs knit towards the midline, strengthen the core. Breathe in, tailbone slightly back, not tucked or tilted. And then exhale, just forward fold. Inhale to find length. Let's take it back one more time. Exhale, plank to lower if you'd like, looking forward. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog, and then step your right foot where your right palm was, plant the left heel, come on up, breathing in warrior one. We're gonna hold 5 breaths, okay? So exhale. Nice deep breath in. That full breath out. Inhale, you can start to look up to your hands. Exhale, straighten the right leg, pivoting on the feet towards the back edge of your mat. Left toes to the short edge, right toes slightly out. And then bend that left knee deeply, breathing in warrior one. Yes. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Gaze might lift slightly, breathe in, left leg stays as it is. Exhale, open up the hips, step that right foot slightly back, warrior two. Yeah, so this is the only thing we really start on the left side first. Breathe into the chest, the hips. Breathe out. Gaze over the left fingers. Notice where your mind wanders. Breathe in. Do breathe out, settle in. This time, inhale, you'll straighten the left leg. Turn the left toes to the long edge. Exhale, turn the right toes to the short edge, and then bend the right knee, warrior two on the right. Deep breath out. Gaze over the left, right fingers. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look over the right hand. Inhale. And then exhale, cartwheel down. Breathe in, look forward, runner's lunge. Exhale, step it to down dog. You're going to take our vinyasa out. You can either just bring the knees down and swing your feet forward for seated or hop through. You'll choose what works for you. We're going to take 5 breaths in Dandasana pose. So if you have those blocks, those might be nice to help you like root into here. I have obnoxiously long arms, no torso. And so I find the ground really easily. But planted, toes start to flex, calves engage. Engage your lift up from the perineum, from your ribs in. Chin to chest. As you exhale, press the hands down, try to extend the arms, breathe in. Breathe out, holding this. Everything's activated. Your toes, your arches, your hands, the muscles around your shoulders, your butt. Exhale. And then breathe in, bend the elbows, lower your hips. Exhale, reach the arms up, flex your toes, take a nice deep breath and lift a little higher. And exhale, Paschimottanasana, work into your fold. You might take the bind with the big toes again and bend those elbows out to work into the fold. Take your 5 cycles or 5 breaths here. And then you'll inhale, walk your hands in as you sit up tall. Plant your hands behind you as you exhale, point your toes. Reverse plank or reverse table, 5 breaths. Breathe in, straighten the arms. Breathe out, try to get your feet down to the ground. You're in reverse plank. Inhale, chest is open, maybe you look back. Exhale here. And then the breath in, chin to chest. Exhale, lower your hips down. We're going to take our little seated twist. So I lied. We're going to take Janu Shirsasana, and your left leg's going to be long. So I'm going to face the camera now. I think it's a little bit easier. I like to take it slightly out. You can have that left leg directly out in front of you. It's really up to you. Okay, right heel into the groin, turn your torso to that straight leg, breathe in, and then exhale, fold head to knee pose. And if you have your blocks, you can bring a block under the head or behind the foot or both. Activate your right glute, see if that helps the right knee drop a little bit. Take one more exhale. And then inhale, sit up tall. Good. Exhale, just switch legs. Right leg will go long, left knee will bend, heel to groin. Turn your torso to that straight right leg, flex the toes, inhale. And then exhale, again, head towards that knee. Breathe deeply into the back of your lungs, activate your left glute. Breathe out. And then inhale, sit up tall. So you're gonna bring your, we're gonna take a seated twist to the left first. I always like to twist to the left. So your right leg goes forward, okay? You can step your your foot across the thigh if you like, or you could keep it inside. And you also have the choice to bend your right knee so your heel comes towards your sit bone. And then hugging onto that left leg with the right arm, you'll start to twist to your left. Left hand will plant behind you, breathe in for length. And then exhale, look back. If you want to go deeper, inhale, reach your right arm up. And then exhale, spin on your spine with that right elbow across the left thigh. Last inhale, sit taller. Exhale, unwind. Bring left elbow inside, left knee, open up in a counter twist. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then we just switch, right? So all you're gonna do is get that left thigh bone pointed forward with the leg long or the knee bent. And right foot will step over or in front of your left knee. Yeah, and then you'll start to hug on with your left arm. And that right arm will plant behind you. Inhale for length. And exhale, bring it out, looking back behind you. And maybe you reach that left arm up and hook it across the right thigh. Yes, lovely, way to go. Try to keep the space in your ribs long, from bottom ribs to top ribs spacious. And even moving as you twist deeper, left ribs towards right ribs, ringing out. One more inhale for length. And then use the exhale to unwind. Right elbow inside the right knee. Take a breath into the collarbone, counter twist. Breathe out, notice where you're clenching, let go. And then come on through center, unwind. You're gonna work onto your backs for bridge. So you're just gonna come on to your butt and then onto your back. We take 2 bridges usually and then a wheel. Also, you can do 3 bridges. Also, you can just like do a supported bridge where you place the block underneath your sit bones. You can even straighten the legs and reach the arms overhead. I really have no preference how you take this, but it's about 15 breaths or so for 3 bridge/wheel back bend options. So breathe in as you lift your hips for bridge. You're not there already. And you'll hold for those 5 breaths using the exhale to come down. That last inhale, really feel more space from knees to armpits. Use the exhale to lower the hips. And then inhale, lift the hips back up, head and shoulders, feet pressed down, bridge pose. Maybe this time adding a bind underneath, reaching the hands to interlace. And then extending the arms, pressing the outer edge of your pinky fingers down into the ground, seeing if you can broaden that collarbone a bit, but really keep the contact of the head and the shoulders on the ground. Your knees want to splay out, really imagine a block between your legs, and as if you could squeeze that block with the inner thighs. Breathe in. Breathe out. You might lift your heels as you inhale and exhale, come on down, releasing the bind. And then your choice, one more bridge. If you're doing full wheel, the hands will come under the shoulders. You'll come up to bridge as you inhale, come onto the top of your head as you exhale, and then straighten the arms and the legs as you breathe in for full wheel pose. And you could just be hanging out on your block. You could just, whatever you're doing is great. Remember that. It goes a lot further for us when we are generous with ourselves, when we are gracious with ourselves, when we slow down with ourselves instead of hurry and kind of drill ourselves, speak to ourselves an affirmation instead of kind of ascending dialogue. Inhale. You'll start to work down if you went into wheel, back onto your head and your shoulders, and come on down all the way down. And let's not hug our knees in right away. We've done a few back bends. So let's take the feet apart for a moment. Let your knees buckle in. And then maybe give yourself a big hug with just the arms around the chest. Inhale. Exhale, switch which arms on top. Inhale into the back of your heart. And then as you exhale, let's bring the feet together. We're going to just take this into a supine twist. We're getting kind of close to the end here. So let's reach the arms apart like wings. Scoot your hips over to the left. And then drop your knees over to the right. That's it. And then maybe pick your head up and turn it to the left. Take your 5 breaths here. You'll inhale, look up to the ceiling, bring the knees through center. Feet and hips through center. Pause as you exhale. And then now scoot the hips over to the right, breathing and dropping the knees over to your left and turning your head as you exhale over to the right. Holding for your 5 breaths. Take the exhale. Inhale, look to the ceiling, bring the knees and hips through center. One more time as you exhale, constructive rest. Feet apart, knees together. Arms around the chest. Give yourself a hug. Take a deep breath into the back of your heart. Full breath out, let it go. Switch which arms on top. Take a deep breath in, fill. Exhale, let it go. Breathe in, walk your feet together. Let your knees fall apart. Let one hand slide to your heart, one to your belly as you exhale. Pause here, take a few breaths, slow down. The mind's been wandering and racing back into the past, working to plot out the future. See if you can arrive right where you are. Feel the breath here. Feel yourself in this moment, this time. Slow down. So you may, come from a place of potency and presence so we can accelerate, expand. Inhale fully. A little bit more. And a little bit more. Open the mouth, exhale. Let it out. Take your right toes to the right corner of the mat, your left toes to the left corner of your mat. Maybe a blanket to cover yourself or rest under your head. Hands can even rest on the blocks with the edge of the wrist to the edge of the block. You'll find what works for you for your Shavasana. I'm going to hold space. Make sure we don't go over our time, allotted time for this class. Just try to rest, relax, let go. As we settle in, maybe a little metaphor, a little example, so we may understand this week's focus a bit. Shani is the Sanskrit word for Saturn. We have a day of the week that uses the influence, the acknowledgement of Saturn. It's Saturdays. And in Sanskrit, Hindi, Gujarati, we call it Shanivara. When we think about the idea of slowing down to speed up, to harmonize, to propel and accelerate from a place where we have observed and can find our potential, what is a Saturday? It's like not the scary Sundays, right? And it's not the rest of the week. Saturday has its unique potency in which we usually rest and recover. We slow down, we spend time with family or ourselves, we do our chores. We make time to do the things that help us so we can move through the rest of the week with potential that slow down so we can speed up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Anytime the mind wanders off, come back to that breath. When the mind wanders, again, give yourself that time to slow down. Feel this moment, feel the air around the skin. Give yourself a little space. So you can find the potency of this moment where we let the dust settle. The counter to our efforts. Take a nice long breath in and a full breath out. Bring your attention out to your fingers, your toes, the crown of your head. With intention and focus, find the movements that work for you. Point, flex, contract, expand. Take from side to side. Maybe a stretch up and over, arms long overhead, whatever feels right.
Tops of the thigh bones to the sky, hugging the knees in or walking the feet in, taking your time. And then slowly coming onto your side, pausing, take a deep breath in, a full breath out. Once again, a deep inhale, a full exhale. And then mindfully arriving into our seated posture. Your hands can support you. One last time here to slow down with ourselves. Palms meet in union over the heart, chin towards your chest. Gratitude for your effort, for your dedication, for this ancient practice, allowing us a chance to slow down, see ourselves, so we may go out into the world with potency, power, and all of our potential. Bowing forward to seal the practice. Namaste.